And in resolving new territory, basically, is this low that was taken out morning after trend day, already achieved one time from overnight, and already retested one time RTH. So we've already done morning after trend day. We don't need to make another new low. Shorts would like to. But we said today both sides are valid. One, because that 84.5 is support until broken. And a lot of traders miss that. They don't understand that idea. They see it on the weekly basis. Okay, yeah, here we go. But they don't put it into context with that bigger idea. That's how we get ourselves in trouble, by expecting too much sometimes. And it certainly doesn't mean we can't take it out, but we want to be aware of that support zone. So morning after trend day says valid to hit the bounces, but we don't need to make any new lows, and overnight it already did that. That's why we think this is a big support. The boys love 85. And this is how most traders will get themselves in trouble, because they'll just see it as a one-way day and just hit bounces, close your eyes, because we got them trapped. And I said today, I think we'll be probably more balanced and be very careful about a snapback. I think before we get a snapback, we'll probably need some small rotations. Obviously, a fighting zone, the new territory that's been acquired overnight, that's got to be battled first. And there's not a lot of news, so in terms of the range, we could bounce all day long and still, hit a bounce that makes sense towards the end of the day and come back. But primarily, I'm thinking more neutral today. And I do think that the shorts need some more pullback, but need to be very conservative, because we're going to get. I mean, even in the best of times in shorting, we know that there are strange bounces that come out of nowhere. It's just part of the business. They'll run your stops, and then it'll turn around and come back again. So range trading right now early. And we've said early you can play either way. So if you miss, and I said today will be very frustrating for most traders. You're going to miss trades a lot, because you're going to be a hair too conservative, and it's going to go without you, and then you're going to want to chase it at the wrong time. Be very careful of that today. So I think we're going to get some mini swings. Okay, thank you for that post. You can see how the NASDAQ already has just done that minor low, and this is a slingshot type here. And this is why, probably, you look at this green line, you can see this fast line is kicking in over here. That's why. That's why we said let's watch that, because that's going to be a clue. And obviously the middle trade. I've got the 90.5 area as half gap. Anybody that played the bounce trade to come into the middle, take profits ahead of that half gap, my suggestion. Because I think it's not going to be as easy as everybody thinks to just power in one fell swoop. And that's up to you how you trade it. If you think you got a winner, it's going to go all the way home, fine, play it. But I'm thinking smaller range, personally. because we're coming into some moving averages. So cautiously playing the first hour today. I think the first hour is to set up the range and probably will tend to be a bit choppy. So we've said use 84.5. If you're trying to buy for half gap, trying to buy that, use 84.5 as a potential support. And don't expect that that's the home run trade. Just too early to tell. $86 is today's angel. And the overnight demon, 93. This is a 10-minute chart if you want to look at a little bit broader perspective to see a little bit more. Two-way day for now. Trend traders are hitting bounces and not assuming we have to make any new low. And I still feel that we're fairly neutral. I don't feel that we can call a trend right now. Tops take time. And I think overtrading is a distinct possibility. Keep an eye on our larger time frame. We've come into the middle. This is the way we like to see it. Come back and retest the support zone. And that's going to take time, obviously, to resolve. Reminder, we had a very slow day of 6.25 point day recently. Told us that we needed to either get a pullback or we were consolidating or we were tired. And then yesterday we got what we wanted. So we've had morning after trend day. I think if anything else today, reduce your expectations, both sides. Longs have come a long way. We know timing says perhaps we need a pullback. In shorts today, the most important thing we can do is think nibble and accept stop outs. We're not going to get every trade right. Nobody does. Correct trades today are morning after trend day, hit bounces, try to see if we can get new lows. See, that's the same range I've got. I think today's big dilemma is, can we take out that 84.5? And if we can, what's left in the chute below it? So the correct trade is to hit bounces and hope that we've got morning after trend day, and then be careful of a slingshot move. Just take your stop out. Certainly got the umbrella, but we're extended away from the rain line. 30-minute chart on NASDAQ showed a good bounce, and we've come right back. So taking a look at the end of the day yesterday, you can see where your resistance was. This is your resistance post right here. That's held for now. So range type trading here, and if you're trading the NQ, you want to keep an eye on this range right here. And then, of course, the biggie yesterday's low, because this is your undercut low. So keep an eye on that. You can see, didn't spend a whole lot of time underneath it yet. And your 60 chart right on the money, right? So this has been the leader. We want to see what this guy is doing. And I think most of us will be guilty of over trading and trying to be too aggressive in either direction. Grail Trade says, hit me, see if we can get any more. And a reminder, if you are shorting today, you could be going wrong all day and still make some change, but by the end of the day, you say, God, it would have been easier just to buy it. That phenomenon happens sometimes. And you'll find if your trailers keep getting hit, you say, okay, I get it. I'm going the wrong way. And then that last time you switch over and say, all right, fine, I'll buy it. Then you're buying the high and it comes the other way. That's the type of day we could get today. Just backing and filling. Either way, obviously, the overnight resistance zone is 95. This was 94.75. 95 was what we felt was the double top in here for resistance. And I'd said, I doubt we'll break the 97. That was the middle at the time. And that held. So anybody that was trying to buy early last night, if you keyed off of the Globex charts, you know, and had something like a 5 or a 10, they were very good. You know, that's the umbrella trade. Never once gave a signal on a 10-minute chart that said buy me till we got to the 85s. So usually in a morning after trend day, I like hitting the first bounces. And then after that, don't be stubborn. You know, expect that you're going to get some backing and filling and, you know, give it one more whack in the day.